What's going on, guys? Yeah, I know. Another VR response. The last VR response I had to redo. It was a video I had up prior, and I had to do another one. So that's for that. But this one is of a much more serious nature. I found this video through PopPrepper, and I was going to wait for a week before I actually did a VR response because I knew that things would start to fizzle out most likely, and then I'm hoping maybe by me doing a VR response we'll get a couple more in. I also saw one of my main channels that I even recommend, like the Brooklyn Prepper and GooseArrows, do videos for coping with the times. We have to keep this in the news. We have to not let people forget. I mean, I can't believe in Father's Day that the only thing my family was talking about was Kim Kardashian's baby. And when I even brought up this whistleblower, and said that I'm changing my party affiliation, they just kind of like, really? Wow. And they looked at me like cross-eyed. I don't understand why people aren't freaking out about this. I don't understand. I admit right with GooseArrows, like GooseArrows mentioned it in her video. And I'll link all these videos. I'll link Coping with the Times, GooseArrows, Brooklyn Prepper, and PopPrepper in the comment box below. And I strongly recommend you watch those. PopPrepper, watch his last, because it's a lot more lighthearted, and it'll get you to at least walk away laughing a little bit, you know. This is something that even when the Patriot Act was put into effect after 9/11, I was just like everybody else saying, oh, well, who cares? I'm not doing anything as long as it catches and keeps this from happening again. And I was wrapped up in the emotion. I even debated people on this topic like a fool. No, there's no excuse that should be to override our Second Amendment rights. It's time to stop. Between the IRS, the NSA, all these warning signs are just screaming at people. And so, I have a belief system. I mean, I'm a Christian, and there's a certain passage that talks about watchmen on the wall. And that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm a watchman on the wall. What does a watchman do? They see something, they say something. And those of you who are afraid, oh, well, I don't want to, I don't want to put myself out there, and or I don't want to, get rounded up, and if things get really bad, they're going to know. If you've put a video on YouTube, they already know who you are. You're already done. Even if you don't show your face, it doesn't matter. They can still find out. They can still petition YouTube to force them to give over your docs. I mean, you're not going to be hiding anymore. And if you've done emails or anything, it's all stored. This is why you have to demand that this not only stop, but that they dump and destroy every single last bit of information that they've pulled out of this program. Yeah, we run the risk of having possibly attacks happen. Yes, they stopped attacks because of this program, but it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because in the end, if the wrong people, which the wrong people tend to be getting into power a lot, if they get into power and the situation is right, what can be used as a telescope can be reversed and used as a microscope on you. So please, please do a VR response for Coping with the Times. You have your added benefit where you're going to get something out of it if you win. But really do it for the country. Do it for your kids' sake. And even if you don't have kids, do it for the future generations, period. It's I believe, a moral duty as a civilian of the United States here. You have a moral duty. All right. Thank you, and do your best. Let God do the rest. Take care.